Hey everybody. I like my lips because they're dry. It's Jamila Funderburg checking in. Let me just give a few minutes for whoever's going to join. I'm doing this live today just to check in, let y'all see what I'm doing, share my energy. Just put some positivity out there on the airwaves. There's so much negativity going on right now. We all need something positive and productive to look at. There's not one person that can say that they don't. So here I am, still working. And I went radio silent for a second. I was looking back on my page, and I recognized that at some point, like it seems like I lost my flame for a second, because I just went dry. I went dry and I was feeling dry, and I'll be honest, I still feel kind of dry, like emotionally, but as far as business goes, I'm on go. But you know, we freaking meet people and we let people into our mind space, into our heart, and sometimes motherfuckers can really do more damage than what it's worth. But the thing about when that happens is to learn how to bounce back, I guess. Like, I've always been resilient, so when things come, not to say I'm never happy about going through shit. Who the hell wants to go through shit? You know, I don't think anybody just wants to go through shit, but I've learned that when I go through, I'm going through to grow and to learn. Y'all, so I'm gonna show y'all the video. I'm gonna put it up later on my story probably. These pants were saggy and droopy, so I decided I was gonna fix these motherfuckers, cause I ain't gonna say what I don't have, cause words hold power. But I just find it more wise to alter what I have than to go out and purchase other things. Like, all of my funds have got to be wisely dispersed, and I'm learning money management, because I could be a little reckless with cash. It's always came so easy for me. It still comes easy for me. But when you got children, you gotta manage your funds accordingly, because you never know what's gonna come up for your young ones. So instead of buying clothes, I am making and altering clothes. So those pants are finished. Buying a lot of new stuff. So I got my embroidery machine right here, my sewing machine right here. I got a serger over there. I don't know how to use that. I really don't. I have no fucking clue. I watched some videos and I still have no clue. But the thing about believing in yourself, I keep saying, like, believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself. Like, I just know that I'm going to come across the information and I'm going to learn what I need to learn in order to be successful, in order to make things happen that I set my mind to now. So even when I don't know certain things, or even when things are hard, I still have faith and hope. And that's what's most important, that you have faith and hope and believe in yourself. I was posting today because somebody out there needs to hear this shit. Because, like, I kind of need to hear the shit, but I don't ever hear it. So I'm just posting it myself so that somebody else can hear it that ain't fucking hearing it. Because people ain't talking about it. But, you know, we go through this life and we accumulate. Let me turn around because I can get to work in a second. We can accumulate pain, and we go through tribulations and traumas and heartbreaks and stuff like that, and we pick up a lot of negative traits. And sometimes, I'm just speaking for myself, it's almost like my brain broke at some point, and And it happened early. So while I was going through school, I always felt like I had like a learning disability because learning was hard for me. Learning was really difficult. Reading was really difficult. It gave me a headache every time I tried. I tried different methods, different approaches, and it was always the same thing. I would get a fucking headache. Everything would get cloudy. When I was reading, the words would like jumble up and all like clump together as I was trying to read them. And I don't know if it's like a touch of dyslexia or whatever the case may be. I let that hinder me from doing anything. Like, I didn't want to go to school, and I didn't want to settle with going to your typical little basic 9 to 5 and being limited on my income and how much I can make. So I turned to the strip club because that's all I felt that I could do. And I did that, and I ran there, and I made what I needed to make. I did what I needed to do, but I didn't ever accomplish like any of my business goals that I wanted to accomplish because of this comprehension issue that I was having with learning. So I'll fast forward till now. With me just starting my business and trying something new, I'm learning that I still, because I never tackled what I needed to tackle with my mind and my ability to learn, I'm having to tackle it now. So when I wake up and I set my mind, like I get my mind set on what I'm going to do for my day, and I start on what I'm going to do, I'm gonna be honest, I got a headache the majority of the fucking time while I'm trying to learn this shit. Like, learning is hard as shit, but I refuse to let that shit hold me back anymore. I know it's a lot of you out there are like held back because of what you feel like your limitations are, or things that you feel like you're incapable of doing. There's no such thing as a limit. Sometimes, like I said, the things that we go through can put it has like a biological effect. Like, trauma has a biological effect on our mind, and it creates like pockets of tension that hinder the neurotransmitters from being able to fire off correctly and in order. So thus you get all these other side effects and shit. That's why I'm experiencing headaches when I try to learn. But that's not something that has to be permanent. Because even though it's hard, I'm still doing it. And it's getting easier by the day. Instead of complaining, you learn to do what you can and stop making excuses. And having children, I have 6 children now. Having children, it's hard. It's hard. And some days I wake up and I don't want to do the mothering thing. Like, it's non-stop fucking work, but it definitely put a fire under my ass. Like, I can't fail. Sometimes shit, if all you can do is fail, have yourself some kids. Have yourself some kids and see how quickly you get your shit together, because me having these children here that are depending on me, I gotta do the right thing. And I don't know. You gotta work through. I wrote some shit down to myself earlier. I pray that the people who need to hear this. I don't, people that don't, if it don't apply, let it fly. Cause everything ain't for everybody. But I wrote this to myself this morning. And this is to somebody else out there. So it's hard right now. You're trying to learn something new, but sometimes you think you have a learning disability. You may get a migraine every time you try to learn, but don't let that stop you. You can accomplish as much as you set your mind to. There are no limits. You just got to get up and go. No matter how difficult it is to push through, you've got to push past the pain. We all go through things in this life that stack up. Pain on top of pain, and trauma on top of trauma, tribulation on top of tribulation, until we feel like our minds are falling apart. But when this happens, that is not your cue to give up. It's not the time to turn around. You've came too far to give up now. And at the end of the dark tunnel, you will see that there is a light. The blessings are so big that you will need to expand just to have space to store them. We just have to get there. Don't let everything you went through be for nothing. So that's what I came up to share, because when nobody's fucking speaking a pep talk into me, I speak a pep talk into my motherfucking self. And, you know, the fact that I have to speak a pep talk into myself is kind of disheartening. So I'm going to start coming up and sharing positive things. Like those things I speak to myself, I'll speak them out into the atmosphere so that those of you who need to hear something positive, at least you'll be able to fucking scroll and see somebody who's sharing something positive, some words of encouragement, because it's hard out here, and some of us are out here doing shit alone. Some of us got somebody, some of us can't fucking trust nobody. It's all kinds of shit going on in all of our minds. So it helps to see like something positive, but from somebody who I didn't think I could do this shit, I'm fucking doing this shit. And then, huh? All right. It actually looks good too. It's the thing. Look at that. Bam. She's the fucking goat. What's up, babe? Hey. Come here. Oh. Yeah, I was doing it with my chunky doodles. Did you poop? No. Well, yeah, I gotta tend to them and get them set up to play while I work. But yeah, if you got something you saying hey, say hey. Say hey. Hey. If you got something set in your mind to do it, just do it. Don't let how impossible it seems or how difficult it sounds stop and hinder you from getting to your blessings. If it's in your mind, it's there for a reason. Trust your intuition and go for it. I'll check back in later on, and I love you guys as always. Holler at me for your embroidery needs, because I'm doing that. I'm working on some other things too, but uh-oh, we got two trying to get in the camera. No, you're trying to get in my computer. Ugh. Let's come this way. Yeah, holler at me for your embroidery needs. I'm working on it. I'm not going to advertise those things that I haven't figured out how to do yet. So I'll holler back at y'all when I figure the other things out. Much love, peace, and blessings. I love you guys. I'm out.